The Sirakis Topic by John Sirakis on The Climb. All right. So today I want to talk about a little bit of marketing news. This is something that one of my team members shared with me today, mentioned earlier, Angela. And apparently Google's now going to be offering upgraded Google My Business profiles with Google Guaranteed badges for $50 a month. This is a big deal because what we've seen is in trade services, if you've looked for like a cleaning company, a plumbing company, or let's say an HVAC company, right? They have a guaranteed profile. And what that guaranteed profile means is that Google will essentially pay up to a certain amount of money for that company contacted. So supposedly they're going to be opening this up to companies of all shapes and sizes, agencies included. And if you are an agency, your clients would also be included. I think this is a fantastic thing to come about because it's also a further separator from the hacks. So it's not an easy process. There's I think it's actually the Pinkerton agency that does like background checks on some of your employees that are going to be working with your clients. So that should protect on people stealing data. But I think this is a solid positive direction. Another way, of course, for Google to monetize this, they're estimating this is probably going to be around a $1.5 to $2 billion toward their top line. But if you are an agency, this is something I would get on top of. I would communicate this, to your clients that this is something that you could potentially help them set up. And also as an agency, this is something that you should be on top of for yourself to make sure you're getting positive reviews and standing out from your competitors because you're worth the salt.
Yeah. Just for me, it's like, God, it's Google creates the wall. They're the gatekeeper. I mean, and now we have to pay $50 a month for access to the world.
But I look at it as a separator because
it's a paywall.
It's a paywall for sure, but it's also a pay to play game, right? So what are you willing to do that your competitor is not? And the more things that you're willing to do that your competitor is not will continually get you the better, clients, more exposure and more business.
Yeah, but it also creates a wall for, the startup. The harder it is to compete on that base level means that you can't have new companies springing up. And that, is the basis of a lot of regulation. I mean, that people, big companies like regulation because it stops small companies from being able to even launch.
Sure. So, it's the Yellow Pages, right? So you had to pay to be in the Yellow Pages. Google Maps has, millions of businesses on there, probably the best data, catalog for businesses, I know in the United States anyway. And if you want to be a separator, because I look at it the other positive side, what's to somebody that games a system, they buy a bunch of fake reviews and they put up some template website, it's you versus them in that category based on, a client that doesn't really know better. And they go with them just based on the price. Well, this is one of those things that they can trust in where it's backed by Google up to a certain point, right?
Sure.
That makes that an easier process for them. So I think whatever's easier for the person you're going to work with, it's typically better for the company.